Hello. I should go pee one more time. I think I will. Let me go pee one more time just in case. Ew. Big booty, big booty, big booty. Oh yeah. Big booty number one, big booty number two. Yeah. Who's here? Admit all. Oliver Franks, I just answered your branding work.
So thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I just answered your branding work. I was like,
yes,
oh,
thank you. Yeah, I'll
good. I'm
follow
glad you guys are here.
with
Today.
that.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Sin. I'm sure we're gonna have a ton of people. So I'm the only one here right now letting people in. So I have to keep an eye out. But I thought it was good. You know, I don't think you're unassuming. So I didn't like that one, but everything else I liked. Oh, anyway, you read
Yeah, that was like one of the many options. I had literally had like 2 full pages of adjectives, and I was just like, that one. So, yeah.
Cool.
But yes, we'll work on that.
Hello, Violetta. Hi. Violetta is one of our clients as well. These are 2 of our new clients. And here comes Alistair. He's one of our clients as well in London. Awesome. Good to see some clients on here. Yay. Hi, Alistair. Good to see you. Come on down. Come on down to catch up to the challenge. All right. I think Sarah might be here for a while. We'll see who comes. I'm exhausted. I had a 14-hour shoot yesterday. Oh my God. I feel like someone shot me. I was like an actress this week, you guys. It was a long ass week doing the challenge, video game. I'm not supposed to say that. And but yesterday was like long, and it was outside, and it was freaking freezing. And I was a homeless woman, and I was in the zone, but it was a lot. All right, we will give people time to show up here. Let me make sure everyone has the link, because it's different than the one we've been on. I think I'm going to sleep maybe later on today is what I'm going to do. Violetta, you have been very active in the challenge. Really honest too. Your posts have been great. So, hey, is it Celinda? How do I say your name? Unmute yours.
Yes, you said it correctly, Celinda. Thank you.
Where did you get that name? That's such an interesting name.
Okay, so you might can relate to this. That's my mother, and she said she got it off a place. There was someone on there that,
Oh, Peyton Place?
yeah, but I looked it up and I never found my name, but I found a lot of other stars that I knew, but I never found it.
Oh, that's so
Good.
fun. Well, my mother was a teacher when she had me, and then she retired when she had me, she retired. So she didn't teach very long. I mean, she was married 10 years. My mom and dad were married 10 years before they had children, which was very unusual in the 50s.
Right, exactly.
And but I was named after one of her students that she liked the way she spelled it, and she liked the student because she said it was hard. This is like, I was born in 1962, and so it was like Karen, Beth. Oh, you are Karen, Beth, Sarah. Like weird, like normal names, right? Like there was no names like there are now. So it was like she had a hard time naming us because she would think of like her students, So anyway.
Exactly. That's a teacher. I did caregiving, and a lot of my clients were teachers, and that's how they were with me, even in their older ages, like up in the 90s, even, they still have that teaching mode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well,
it's a great acting name.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. No one else has that. There's Anna. So Oliver and Carolina. Anna is another one of our clients down there who just joined us. She's amazing. You'll hear people talk about her a lot because she's like a go-getter. Violet is a go-getter. Alistair's a go-getter. So these are great people. These are new clients up there, you guys, with us. So they haven't been on a mastermind yet. So you'll get introduced when you're on the mastermind. So yay. Hi, Roy. Good to see you. Wait, he's like, hi. I just said it and he walked away. Hi, how are you? Oh my God, you guys, this is a crazy week. We had Laura Bofill booked another TV show. Laura Bofill is the most booking client we have. I think she books something every week. She booked something on FX. And let's see, we had a client get into the Sony showcase. We had Michael Vincent Barry is on fire right now. He's booking everything too. So that's exciting. We had a lot of bookings this week. A lot of people working. Oh yeah, Heidi booked a series, recurring on an animated series. That's like money, people. So she booked that, and Kelly Poling booked a action movie after she posted her dream video that said she wanted to be an action star. She booked a huge action movie. So that was exciting. It was a good booking week. A lot of people were booking. So awesome. All right. Now everyone's piling in here. Hello, everyone. Come on in. All right, I have to keep my eye out until someone from the gang gets here. If they don't, I just have to keep my eye out. All right, so today we're going to go over what we covered this week, and then I'm just basically going to open the floor to questions. So whatever questions you have about your acting career, please do that. Bear with me. I'm really exhausted. I worked a 14-hour day on set yesterday as a homeless woman outside, and it was freezing in New York yesterday, for you guys that know that. And it's like I was in the zone, like I was in the zone. And so I was, I had like these crappy homeless shoes on, and this torn up coat, and this torn up dress, and my hair all ratted and everything. And what happened is I knew when I shot the movie back in November that she wasn't happy with the DP. So it was a new DP, and they basically reshot all my scenes. And so it was just like, for me, I was just in the zone outside standing there, and it was like, camera set up, shoot, camera set up, shoot. And I was like the person. And so for 3 hours, like it was 3 or 4 hours, it was just solid, me standing in the cold. And so it was like, it was very much a mental game for me yesterday. And so now today I feel like someone beat me up. But it was good. And I met some really cool people again yesterday. And I don't usually do like low budget feature kind of stuff, but I don't know, I was really inspired by the script, and she's married to the showrunner from House of Cards. And most of you might not know this, but one of the main people on House of Cards was one of my original success stories with Actors Fast Track. So, that was a big reason for me to want to do the movie, because they're super connected. So it was it just impatient. I think I basically, when all is said and done, me upkeeping my hair and paying tolls on the bridges and stuff that I didn't charge them for, I probably ended up paying them to do the movie almost. And so whatever, sometimes we do that. And sometimes we talk a lot in Actors Fast Track about criteria list, about why having a criteria list is having a list of things that every time you get an audition or a booking, you put the reasons why you're taking the job or taking the audition through this criteria list. It's like a filter. And so it helps you make a decision faster than just like trying to figure it out every time. So I'll just start the share telling you about my criteria list. It always should be an uneven amount of things. Okay. It should be an uneven amount of things. So mine is 5 things. If 3 out of the 5 things are not a yes, you do not take this job. Now, for you guys that are clients and or have had access to the Actors Biz School, this list and several conversations about structure and things like that, business systems and structures, are in our class titled How to Run Your Acting Business Like a Business. So my criteria list is this: does it pay? Am I inspired by the script? Am I inspired by the director? Are they connected to something greater? And are they organized? So let me take you through the movie I just did. Does it pay? Yes, but it doesn't pay my minimum, which my minimum is $1,000 a day. So it didn't really pass that one, right? For me, my minimum is $1,000 a day. So it didn't really pass my minimum, my thing. Was I inspired by the director? Yes, I was. Was I inspired by the script? Yes, I was. Were they connected to something greater? Yes, they are. So it was a yes for me. Were they organized? They could have been more organized. A lot of times with these low budget independent movies, like the director was also the costume designer, right? Like, so that can happen. Like you're standing in the kitchen eating your bagel when I got there yesterday morning, and she's cutting the bottom of my coat off. Right? Like, because she's like, oh, we need to shred the coat more. It's like the director is on her knees cutting the bottom of the coat off. Right. So like that, I'm not used to that because I've worked with like Ryan Murphy, and his, costume designer has won giant awards, and she's amazing. And when you go in for a fitting for Ryan Murphy's show, there's like 20 choices that you're going to try on, and that's kind of really cool, but also there's something about like working with a film crew where it's like a cut and paste kind of thing, that can be it. But that's like, well, here's Miss Kelly Poling coming on here. Miss just booked a major movie. Kelly Poling, welcome. our little movie star. Here she comes right now. I actually want to ask her something when she comes on here. Kelly, can you come on camera for a minute?
Oh my goodness, no.
Okay.
I was filming until 1 a.m. last night and I just woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, a catch up. I could do this.
Okay, well, okay, but first of all, congratulations on booking your film.
Oh, thank you. I've been
Yes.
training so hard. I'm really beat up right now, just so you guys all know. I don't know who's on here, but I'm all beat up. It's all good though. It's just, practice for filming.
Yeah. And so Kelly, just tell everyone, do you have an agent that has helped you book all these giant films?
No, I've done everything myself. I have somebody that helps me with the paperwork. I have a lawyer from my other job. And then I have somebody that was coaching with me that's also a manager that helps me with the paperwork. But I get all my jobs by myself.
That is true. So
Yes.
yes, I just want you guys to hear that. Okay, because she's booking big movies, and with major stars in them, y'all. And so she's doing that because she's just making connections with people. And so thank you, Kelly, and we will let you rest.
I'm gonna listen. If you guys don't mind, I just want to sit and listen and catch up because
Yeah.
I mean, really, as soon as I put that video up there, that's, I got a call that said, hey, somebody wants to see you for this movie. I was like, okay. It was big, big action guy, and came in and did some auditions and he's like, yep, that's her. So here I am.
Yay! That was such
Yay.
good news. We had a ton of actors booked this week. So congratulations, Kelly.
Thank
were
you.
one of them. Great job. Okay. Awesome.
Valerie's awesome. Just so everybody know, I've been listening to Valerie for a long time, and ever since I've been like doing great.
Yay. Go on, girl. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go over what we covered this week, and then I'm going to open the floor to questions. And I see, so I started watching some more videos today. I didn't do any of that yesterday, so I'm a day behind and so I have to catch up to the challenge myself. Okay. So we started the week with putting our dream down on video. And if you guys haven't done that, go into the I Love Actors Facebook group and put your dream down. A lot of you on here have already done that. So that's where we started with. What is my dream and what do I see it? That's what we started the week with, right? And someone said to me, well, why don't you ask them what their goals are? She said, don't you mean goal? And I said, no, I didn't mean goal. I meant dream. And the reason I meant dream is because a lot of you guys are never asked that. And you never claim it. And you never say it out loud. And it's time for you guys to learn how to say out loud what you want, because if you don't state to the universe what you want, the universe is not going to deliver. And that might sound hokey or crazy to you, but I've been practicing the law of manifestation for 20 plus years. And I am here to tell you that it works. And I see it in my clients. I saw Kelly say she wanted to be an action star, and then this week she booked an action star role. So I know that it works. And so if you're not saying to the universe what you want and getting really clear about what the thing is, and what we found is that a lot of times we were even, I couldn't believe how much fear was out there for a lot of you saying what you wanted. And then what we found is you were still living in what you think you can get rather than what you want. So you were living in the shoulds. I used to have a coach that would say, stop shoulding all over yourself, right? And live in what you desire to achieve. Like, what is the thing that you want, right? And then after we get really clear about that, then we can break that down to what is the goal. And what we call it in Actors Fast Track is what is the game, right? And then what are the individual steps that are going to help me win that game, right? So my goal might be to win an Oscar. That might be the dream. Hold on. Yes. Yes. I'm on it. Well, then she's on the wrong link. It's posted at the top of the Facebook group. Okay, all right, bye. Yeah, there's a lot of people on it. Yeah, right now we have 20 people on it. So yeah, I don't know where they are. Okay, bye. That was Sarah. Okay, that's the reason I answered. It was Sarah. Okay, Sarah's the boss of me, in case you guys don't know. Okay, so if the goal is to win an Oscar, then the game could be, or the goal could be, to get a speaking role in a high-end movie that I get paid for, or to get a speaking role in a movie that, you know, speaks against racism, or a movie that is with one of these directors, or, you know, so you could talk about what you want the story or the theme of the movie to be, or you could talk about the certain directors you want to work with, but that's the game, right? And then the steps to get that are the actionable steps that we're going to begin to talk about this coming week. But first we had to identify this week what it was the dream, right? So the dream, right? And then I asked you to go out to 10 of your friends and to get at least 3 adjectives about you. I didn't ask them to be branding a brand. I didn't ask this to be a branding exercise, because first, I think, what was it? Now, for a lot of you, you understood brand and you understand brand. And for the clients in this room that have done a lot of branding work with me, you know, some of you guys asked me for words. It's really hard for me not to give you branding words, because I'm thinking of you as a business now. And so I'm understanding what you're selling and what your dream is. And so I'm going to give you words that fit within that brand that you definitely have. But like, you know, Violetta, you're a perfect example. Violetta's a client. And so she is a beautiful human being. But one of the things that's a brand word for Violetta is sort of like this sort of creepy, weird thing, right? That because she's selling to like Tim Burton and the Duffler brothers and people that are doing sort of, she's going to be playing that really offbeat sort of strange girl. That's one side of her brand that is very marketable. Now, as knowing Violetta and having her as an active, you know, she's certainly not that real, you know, in person, like she's a great person and a very giving person and a beautiful soul, but like, that's like that. So, you know, but you did get some of that anyway, when you put yourself out there, right, Violetta? Right? You got some of it. Unmute. Yeah, go ahead.
One of my top words was spooky.
Yeah, but like then you also have this like vulnerability about you, which is really, really awesome and really interesting. And you know, and that's what makes you right for something like Anne Frank, right? Like, you know, because you have that sort of that thing. Oh my God, it's Sarah again. Yes, Sarah. No, I tried it. It did not. That's okay. Just, okay. Hold on. Let me just tell her.
Valerie,
Yeah.
did you know that it says the regular Zoom room in the email? Because there's a bunch of people in the Facebook group trying to find us.
Yeah, it's on. I posted at the top of the email. I posted at the top of the Facebook group. I posted the link for the challenge today.
Okay.
It's right there, and this is the one we're on. Let me just see. Yeah, because I came in on that link from my Zoom, which was get ready for the challenge. Okay, you're here. That's all that matters. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm dealing with this. So apparently the wrong link went out. Okay. Let me just give this person that link. But the one that's on the Facebook page is right? I mean, I know that.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
it's right.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
it is right. I just had never seen it. I had gone from the email.
Okay. Okay, sorry, you guys. All right, let me just send this out. Sarah's taking care of it, I think. Sorry, everyone. Shit happens. What are you gonna do?
It certainly does. I posted, after I got in just now, I posted the link where the people are searching. For
They
the
are
lost people.
the lost people. Okay, let me just post that again. And oh yeah, everyone's emailing me. Okay, here they all come. Sorry, you guys. I just found out it was the wrong link. Okay. All right, going back. Okay, so everyone's joining us now. Here we go. All right, so the dream is the first day. Posting the dream is the first day. The second day is getting the adjectives. So I didn't ask for brand adjectives. I asked you to go to 10 people and get 3 comments. As Violetta was explaining before we found out that we sent out the wrong link, is that some of the people did come back at her with brand stuff, but other people came up with stuff that, because I really wanted you guys this week to get in touch with yourselves, to get in touch with what you want and what you're dreaming of, and what is going on with yourself, like what is there that you need to be in touch with, that maybe you're out of touch with, right? So that's why I kept it very general this week. That was an intention. It wasn't a mistake that I was not specific, right, about it, right? So I just want you to know that. And then I asked you, once you did that, I asked you to, tell us about what was surprising to you about what people said. And a lot of you were really surprised and said great things. And I thought that was a really, really good exercise. And then I asked you to redo your goal, your dream and restate it again, knowing what you know now. And again, some of you guys weren't specific in the dream, I mean, you guys were a lot more specific than you were the first day. The first day, there was a lot of people that were like, well, I just want to be a working actor. And it was like, okay, guys, like, that's great. But like, literally, if you tell me, well, Valerie, I just want to go on a vacation, and we get in the car together and you go, well, I go, well, where do you want to go? And you go, well, I just want to go on vacation. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Like, if I don't know where you're going, how am I supposed to take you there? Right. And so that was like a really big aha. And thank you. And I'm sorry you guys are all joining now. I'm sorry you guys were all on the wrong link. I'm sorry we sent out the wrong email. Sometimes we fuck up. Not very often though. Okay. Okay. Hilarious. I'm hilarious. And then yesterday, Friday, I asked you to write down 5 names of the people that are going to help you get there. So I want to talk a little bit about that, because a lot of you guys wrote really big names like Ryan Murphy, Steven Spielberg. You wrote really, really big names on your list about where what are the people that are going to help you there. So if you have a really big name on your, and almost all of you have a really big name on your list of people, here's what I would like you to do. I would like you to take that name and take it to IMDb Pro and see who else works for that person. Okay, so let me give you an example. We have a client, Nadia Brown, who was in the Sony Diversity Showcase last year. We have someone in it this year too, exciting. They look at 4,000 actors, they take 8. So it's a very big deal if you get in it. So, and by the way, Amanda Richards is gonna be on our panel next Sunday, who works for the head of casting at Sony. She's a personal friend of mine. And we've had an Actors Fast Track client in the Sony Diversity Showcase the last 2 years. So Nadia Brown was in the very first Diversity Showcase. She got a meeting. She's like really through using LinkedIn. She got a meeting with someone that works for Viola Davis's company. Right. And this is someone that started off as like a PA and worked his way up to executive producer. So she got a meeting with him and I spent time with her, helping her prepare for that meeting. Right. Like, and we went and we looked at his IMDb Pro, we read his bio, and we came up with, so when you're preparing for one of these meetings, so a lot of our clients get meetings using LinkedIn and reaching out. They get Zoom coffees with big people, right? So you always want to prepare by researching them and preparing like 4 to 5 questions. So we looked at his bio and he said, it said in his bio that he had grown up and he was painfully shy, and she had as well. And so that was a good, connector talking point. And then we realized how fast he went from PA to executive producer, and we wanted to know how that happened. And then she watched one of his short films, and so she prepared her 5 questions. So she got on the line with this guy, and they had a great meeting because she had done the research and she was ready to meet with them. And at the end of the meeting, he said, "Would you like to meet Viola?" So, Viola might have been on her list, but she went for a smaller potato in his company. And then by doing that, she got to him, but not expecting it. She didn't expect it. That's just who she reached out to because she was looking to try to work with in Viola Davis's production company. And then weirdly enough, because this is how Actors Fast Track works, a lot of you guys in the past maybe have met Kurt Boville and Joni Boville. They're frequently on our panels. Kurt is a series regular on Adam McKay's new show about the Lakers that is released today, I believe. It's on Showtime. And Joni was a recurring on Bosch. And their best friends as a couple are Viola Davis and her husband. And I was like, well, that's weird. I know Viola Davis's best friend. So I introduced Nadia to them, and now and so the great thing about Nadia and what I want for all of you is if someone at Actors Fast Track makes a suggestion that you reach out to someone, go do it right that day. Right? Like, don't wait around, go take the thing, because that's the thing that's really important, is that we connect people together and we all connect people together. So that's one of the things that we do at Actors Fast Track. So it's really important. So now she's got this whole thing happening. She's going to end up on a Viola Davis show. I'll guarantee you that. Right. And so she's just looking for the next lily pad. I always talk about like looking for the lily pad to cross the pond. How does a frog cross the pond? Lily pad to lily pad to lily pad to lily pad. Right. And so you're always looking for like, okay, what's that? And it's like any business is like a rock climbing wall. It's like, so no one ever tells an actor they're an entrepreneur, but I'm telling you, that's what you are. So when you're going up, if anyone's ever rock climbed, sometimes you go up this way and then you realize that you have to go down this way to go back up because it didn't work to go that way, right? And so having an acting career is the same, a business is the same thing. You're going to try things that don't work. So remember that. The other thing that you need to know about having an acting business is that 7 out of 10 times, most of you are going to get a no, more likely 9 out of 10 times. And when you first start reaching out to people, because this coming week, we're going to take your dream and we're going to bring it alive, right? So you listed these 5 people, and now I want you to even further see if you can get even more people underneath those 5 people. You're going to start reaching out to those people. And some of you guys are clients that are beginning the sales process with us, or are in the middle of the sales process, that have been in the sales process with us. And you know, initially when you start reaching out, just getting your email opened is awesome. But like getting someone to actually give you an appointment and, you know, give you an appointment is like, you know, a whole nother thing, right? So, oh, okay, good. All right. Okay, awesome. All right, so, all right, so what I'd like to do is actually, let me talk to a couple of clients that are, because we are entering the sales process, right? We're entering the sales process this next week in the challenge. I also do want to say, if you are not, first of all, I just want to do a little advertisement about next week. If you are a client, you are already registered to go. Some of you have already purchased tickets. Some people ask me, if I purchase a ticket and I can't make the whole event, are you sending out a recording? Yes, we have decided we will send out a recording to all people that purchased a ticket. Okay, so if you are already a client, you are already registered for next week. Next week, the event starts at the same time, 1 p.m. There is a different link for the event, and that link will go out this week, and it will be the right link. We will make sure that it's the right link. Right, Sarah? Sarah's like, yes. We'll make sure. Sarah didn't send out the wrong link. It's just our team. Sometimes that happens. So we'll make sure the right link goes out for Saturday. It's a 5-hour event. There will be a break. It's really designed, it's called Accelerate Live, and the event is designed to show you what you do from this challenge and how you accelerate your career. And I've come up with a new list of things based on what's been happening the last 2 years. We also have a phenomenal panel that'll be joining us. I'm going to share with you some of those panel members now. Some I cannot tell you one because it has to go through a very high-end ability for me to be able to tell you what it is. But just know that if I can't tell you who it is, it means it's someone really good. Okay. So I just letting you know that, but I will tell you the people I can tell you. Amanda Richards, who works for the head of casting of Sony. She loves our clients at Actors Fast Track. She's had an Actors Fast Track client in the last 2 Sony Diversity Showcases, which is huge, which basically means they're looking for a series for them on Sony, which Sony produces like freaking everything, Blackish, right? Like you name it, Sony produces it. So it's a really, really great thing. So she's going to be on our panel. Also on our panel is going to be David Wilton. David Wilton is a producer in Canada who during COVID produced his show Face to Face with David, which just picked up for a 4th season by Amazon. If you have never watched it, it's really good. It's him sitting there drinking a Hennessy with a bathrobe on, interviewing celebrities. And I was the first person that was on his show. And he's got like big celebrities now. He got really big. He sold it to Oprah's network OWN. And since then, because of that, he produced 4 shows. The reason I have selected this panel to come on is because I want them to tell you how they climbed the ladder to be where they are now. I'm not having a casting director come on here and give you advice about what you should do as an actor. I'm not doing that because they're not an actor. I'm having a casting director come on here and tell you about how she went from a tiny assistant at my agency to becoming second in line at Sony. I want you to hear that story. I want you to understand how these people accelerated their own careers, because I want you to take from that for yourself, not about what you should and shouldn't do as an actor, because I am fucking done with those workshops that we go to where a casting director tells you what you should and shouldn't do. I'm sorry, have they ever been an actor? No. Be quiet, casting director, be quiet. Just tell me what you did for your own career, okay? So that's what that's about. So David Wilton, Amanda Richards, John Griffin. John Griffin has his own show on Epix. It's called From. If you haven't seen it, it's so good. Oh my God, it's 4 episodes in. He just got picked up for another season because Stephen King saw it and tweeted, and now he's off to the races. You'll have many more shows. He's shooting in Ontario. We were able to get 2 of our Canadian clients seen. Sarah and I would be on the damn show if it was shot in America. And when you watch it, you'll go, if you know me and Sarah, you'll know which parts were ours. But because it wasn't shot in America, they had to class Canadian actors. So we were able to get 2 of our Canadian actors seen and considered for the show, which is very exciting. And we're really, John is one of Sarah and her husband's best friends. And we're really, really excited to have him. And if you guys have been at my events before, he's amazing, an amazing person. And go look up his IMDb. You'll be blown away. And go watch his show before next Saturday. So anyway, Sarah, can you put in the chat the link for tickets while you're still on? And and thank you. Okay, I meant to go to the chat. Oh, it's filming in Nova Scotia. Yes, thank you, Sarah. See, this, what do I know? Okay. But it's really good. Okay, there, she just put it on there. Accelerate Live. So if you haven't got your tickets, it's a $27 ticket. With that ticket, you get our branding document, you get our biz planner, you get a copy of my book, you get a bunch of shit with the ticket. So it's not just a $27 ticket. And you get to see this all-star cast, this all-star panel next Saturday. So make sure you join us for our spring event. This is a new event for us this year. Normally we do the mind games. And so this year we called it Accelerate Live. We had new things to talk about because a lot has changed in our business in the last 2 years. So anyway, join us. And if you cannot make it and you want to get the recording, just buy the ticket and we'll send you the recording. So it's totally worth it. You'll love the event. Oh, I see. We sent out the correct link. Okay, good. Awesome. All right, I'm going to open the floor to questions. Who has questions?
Real quick, Val, you have someone that wants to say hi to you.
Oh, Sila. Hi. Wave to
Hi.
Valerie. Wave to Valerie. Now she's not.
Yeah, now she's not. That's it. Now you can open the floor.
Okay. Sila celebrated her 2-year birthday recently. We're so excited for her. Yes, Chloe. Chloe, you have been an amazing member of this challenge. So what's your question, my darling?
So my question is, you mentioned before about a project being connected to something higher. What do you mean by that?
Say that again.
So you said that part of your criteria list was that.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know when someone tells you do my web series, I'm going to pitch it. The first question out of your mouth should be pitch it to who? Like, and so what I mean by that is look them up and see what they've done and who they're connected to. So this director that I'm working with in this film, she's married to the showrunner from House of Cards. And he was one of the founding members of Naked Angels. And if you guys don't know that, that was like probably one of the most famous theater companies of all time, that like Marissa Tomei came out of, and a lot of people came out of in New York City. And so, you know, she went to NYU, you know, so that's always a good thing because, you know, so yeah, so always check out as much as you can about the people that you are working with. Good question. Who else has a question? Come on, I know you have them. Yes, Roy.
Hi.
Hey.
It was great to see you in London.
I know, it was great to see you too.
Yeah, I've caught a bit of a cold now, and I was supposed to go out, but it's great to be here and talk to you. And your advice has been really great, and I've taken in all of it, and I'm trying to figure out everything. And I've started emailing producers and writers and casting directors, and I'm not spamming them or anything, but I've realized that 80% of them don't really open it because maybe the email is just info at something. So I was wondering, and when I do get a reply, it's kind of like good luck with your career.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I could do better. I put in a link in it. Well, there's something missing.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do a little demonstration for you. This is one of our clients, Catherine Lee's, but pretend this is you. This is your email or your postcard or your pitch video or whatever you're sending, right? And I'm whoever you're trying to get in front of. This is what you have to do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do I know you? So when they say good luck with your career, that's a good thing. That's like, that's great. Awesome. And so you are building a relationship because who do people hire? People they know. Now, sometimes we send one pitch video and they set up a meeting with us and they cast us, right? I'm not saying it has to be 15 times, but if you read an average marketing book, any marketing book is going to tell you with the onslaught of social media and how much we are hit by products every day that we wake up from morning to night. I mean, who has literally had this experience where you go, I really would like to say that movie. You say it out loud and then you look at your phone and there's an advertisement for the movie on the phone. You're like, holy fuck, they're listening to me, which they are. Right. And so like that is true. And so with the onslaught of being sold to from the moment you open your eyes till you go to bed at night, now it takes an average of about 15 times before you even realize you're being sold to, or where you even pay attention to the product, because internally you have set up blockers for that shit. We all sit there every morning and go delete, 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 right? But here's what we know. We know that Bed Bath and Beyond, now I know you guys don't have that in UK, but it's like a bath and body shop where you go and you get like towels and bathroom rugs and towel bars and cooking supplies. And, you know, it's got everything, right? Well, in America, they send out a 20% off coupon every month. Every month. You either get it in the mail or you get it in your email or you get it both. Now, you would, in America, you would never dream of going to that store without a 20% off coupon. You just wouldn't do it. Like, who would go to that store? Americans, you know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't go to Bed Bath & Beyond without a 20% off coupon. You would just be stupid because they send you one every month, right? And so here's the thing. Bed Bath & Beyond does not care if you get the coupon in the mail and you go, fuck Bed Bath & Beyond and throw it in the trash. Because they know when you need a new Instapot, you're going to be digging through that damn trash looking for that damn coupon, right? So they don't care how you feel about them marketing to you. They're going to continue to market to you. You are a product. You have to continue to market. Can you do it better? Yes, Roy. You can improve your open rate by a number of ways. By changing your subject line, by looking for a better email address, right? By trying a different method. I mean, like, you know, Scott, for you guys that know Scott Cargill, who's one of our coaches at Actors Fast Track, and all of our coaches will be present next Saturday at the event. So if you don't know them, you will get to know them. If you are currently a new client and you're not familiar with them, you'll get to know all of the coaches. So Scott Cargill is one of the best people at no emotion. So when someone he sends a monthly newsletter email. When someone unsubscribes, he puts them on his postcard list. If they unsubscribe, he just puts them to get something in the mail. He doesn't take it personally, right? And so when you run a big business, people unsubscribe from your list all the time. Ask Sarah. When Sarah started working with me and she'd see people unsubscribe from my list, she'd be like, oh my God. I'm like, now she doesn't care because she sees how much it happens all the time. I have a list of 20,000 actors. Some people don't want to be sold to. Some people don't want to buy from me. That's fine. Some people I don't want to serve. I want to change the way actors do business, but not everyone's meant for me because I'm balls to the wall. What I'm asking you to do is scary shit. Right? So like some people are like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to follow the old way of doing business. Great. Knock yourself out. Keep doing that. Good luck. Right? And you know, and listen, I have clients that have big agents that get big auditions. It's not like I don't have that. A lot of people think I'm against agents. I'm not against agents, you guys. I just think there's always a better way. We heard from you guys that came on here late. We heard from Kelly Poling. She booked a major movie without an agent. She's booked a shit ton of major movies without agents. She has an attorney. That's what we're all going to end up with anyway, is we're all going to end up with attorneys. So does that answer you, Roy? You got a better idea?
Yes, it does.
Keep
I look forward to really working with you more.
Okay. Well, are you coming next week? Are you coming next week to the event?
Yes.
Okay, great. Please do.
I'll see you.
Yes, please do. Okay, Anna C, great client. Come on down.
Hi, thank you,
Hi.
Valerie. I love this challenge. It's been so eye-opening experience for me. I just really love it. So I think I'm starting this selling process, and this is something that I was thinking to ask you about. I listed in my dream like 2 really big productions. And then I realized that I've never really researched something of that magnitude. And I ended up finding like 15 producers for one production and 14 for the second one. And, you know, I was wondering, what would you say if I were to be interested to reach out to the producer, right, of one of their productions, how could I focus, you know, or should I think about all 14 or 15 of the people who are listed or just one?
Okay, that's a great question. All right, so start with the list. I mean, like, as you're beginning this sales process, because you've worked really hard to get your brand together and your reel together and everything together, as you begin your sales process, you know, I think that's a good amount. Like 24 people is a good way to start through the process and figure out what your process is going to be. And on our next coaching call, we can really focus on this. But what you want to do is kind of figure out your systems now. So what I would recommend is that you start with like a general pitch video, right? Introducing yourself kind of thing. And then follow up the second week. Like, so generally when you start a new customer through the sales process, you kind of want to hit them like 2 to 3 times like that. And then you want to get regular with them once a month, right? So I would do something like a pitch video, like a general to camera pitch video, which we're going to talk about this week for you guys on the challenge. But the general, like, hey, you know, I'm Anna and I'm from Georgia, not the state. Like the pitch video you and I've worked on together. Send that. And then the following week, send them something that you forgot, right? Like maybe a clip or a funny little GIF of you, or something like, oh, I wanted to send you my recipe for my mom's pecan pie. You know, it doesn't matter, but like send them something where you hit them twice, like boing, boing over the head, right? And then put them into the trough of sending something on a regular basis once a month. So we can get that, you know, that thing, like this thing, right? Like boom, boom, boom thing, right? Happening. So one of the things, you know, if you only have like less than 100 people on your list, it's kind of easy to sort of do it. You know, it will only take you a day or two to send the 100 people once a month something. But once you get to a list of like 500 people or 600 people, then you're going to want to automate it. So if you could do something where, you know, every other month you do a newsletter. And, you know, a lot of you guys will say to me, well, Valerie, I don't have anything to talk about. Let me say something about that. If you are pursuing your business the way I'm asking you to pursue your business, you'll have something to talk about. Right? And it doesn't have to be about acting, you guys. It could be about like, we went on a 20-mile bike ride and these are pictures we took. Or, you know, I have a client that's a judge and she's trying to become a judge on a reoccurring judge on a show like Law and Order, or, you know, In the Line of Duty or something like you guys have, right? So like how they always have judges, right? So she's trying to be that. And so, you know, like, look, so she sends out law advice. Or she did a Legally Blonde thing where she took Reese Witherspoon off of the poster and put her face on it. And she's like an older woman, like older than me, right? And it was hilarious, right? So that's what she did. So does that, so, you know, figure out what your systems are going to be. You already have the pitch video. So start with the pitch video and then send them something else like a GIF or a clip. And then, you know, then send them something once a month after that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sophie, hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, nice to officially meet you. I was at the Actors Expedition in London. I didn't see you, but I didn't see the talk that you did, but I saw you about and I spotted you and I was like,
and you also heard my damn advertisement before every speaker.
Maybe subconsciously, like, yeah. Yeah, so it's really great as well to just be on this challenge, and I've been learning so much already. Yeah, I don't know if you might have already you've been touching on this subject, but basically I come from a place where I haven't got any acting credits. You know, I feel like I don't know where to start because I'm unsure about what to say, because I feel like I've got nothing to back me up, you know?
Okay, that's easy. Okay, so yeah. Like, look, if I decided today I was going to go out and open a store where I sold, you know, home products, right? Like we were just talking about. And it would be a cute little store and it would be like my taste and I would order things. And I'd never had a store before. I'd never been in retail before. So I'm just going to go and figure out what my store is going to look like, what kind of products I'm going to carry in my store, what's the theme of my store. Maybe I'm even going to write out like the mission statement of my store, like to give people an opportunity to find stuff that they can't find at Bed Bath & Beyond. That could be my whole marketing plan, right? To sell stuff that's really funky and cute for the funky and cute home, right? And I could decide that that's what I'm going to do. Then I would decide when I was open, and then I would hire people to work for my store. And then I would have to start selling stuff very quickly, because if I didn't, my store wouldn't stay open for very long. All right. So most actors I know, like if I walk into Actors Pro Expo and I talk to every actor that was there, and I said, what are you guys doing about your acting career? This is what you're going to tell me. Well, Valerie, I'm getting new headshots. I'm thinking about getting a new agent because mine sucks. And I'm taking this amazing acting class. And I'd be like, okay, great, all good, but it has nothing to do with selling your product, right? So, and it doesn't matter if you've never sold your product before, because you have a product that people need to tell stories. So directors, producers, and writers and casting directors need actors to do their job. If there were no actors on the planet, they wouldn't have a job. Their jobs are made up to facilitate us putting us into stories and telling stories. That's what their jobs are, right? They need actors to do that. We are the people, right? So you have to define the first thing that you must do as an actor who wants to make. Now, I just want to say something. Being an amateur is not a bad thing. The amateur is actually from the word auteur, which means to do something because you love it. It's Latin, right? You do something because you love it, and you should never lose that amateur part of you. I mean, like my mom has a friend that she's had for 40, 50 years, and she does community theater, right? She raised her children, she does everything, but she does community theater, and that's like her fun thing that she does, but she's not doing it to make a living. You guys are on here because you want to figure out how to get paid to act. So that's being a professional actor, which means that you're opening your store. So the first thing you have to do is figure out what you're selling and who your customers are. And then you have to begin to immediately sell. You don't need everything to open a store. You don't need the $1 million logo, the $1 million headshot, the $1 million commercial. That's a reel, right? You don't need like all the best of everything. You don't even need to go to fucking acting school. I mean, do you know how many people got signed off of TikTok last year? I have a client right now in London, you guys, who is who has already had a conversation with CAA. And if you don't know who that is, that's the #1 agency in the world, right? She's already had a conversation with CAA because of her TikTok following. She doesn't even have an agent. She just got a deal with Nike. A lot of you guys met her. If you came by my booth, that was Zai. Zai was at my booth at Actors Pro Expo. That's her, right? So the joke about Zai is going to go from no agent to being signed by CAA, because it doesn't have anything to do with your talent. It doesn't have any. Yes, you can go to RADA, great. Now, if you go to RADA or Juilliard or Yale or NYU, you probably have a better chance at starting your career. But trust me, I have a shit ton of clients that went to big schools like that and didn't get the career. It's not a guarantee, right? And so but that's not what an actor makes. You know, you could have a huge TikTok following and get signed by CAA faster than someone from Juilliard could, or RADA could, right? So, you know, so it's really about you deciding what you're selling, who you're selling to, right? Now, a lot of you guys told me your dream and what you wanted to do. But like, if you were to work with me, for instance, I might say, well, I think that you could probably book this thing faster. You might need to go sell this thing first because that's the thing that's going to bring money into your company. I don't watch sitcoms, you guys. I don't watch sitcoms. That's not my dream to be on a sitcom, but frick, I can book a sitcom in my sleep. You understand? So if I want to do a dramatic movie where I play Leonardo DiCaprio's mom, you know, I'm going to have to go make that happen. That's the dream, right? But like doing a sitcom, yes, like I did a shit ton of sitcoms. I did a shit ton of Disney and it was fun, but it's not really my dream, but that's the shit that made me money. So it's also being able to understand where you are most likely to succeed as an actor. Does that make sense, Sophie?
Yeah, that does make sense. That's kind of clarifying what I was sensing, because even with the dream video and everything, like being specific about that role, and then I realized, well, I need to find, because of my position, like I need to find roles that are more, what's the word, like me right now kind of thing.
Yeah. You generally book something that's really close to you, you know, like you know, a lot of times you will, like you'll book that stuff, you know. My client that was on House of Cards and then The Americans, and he's Russian, right? And when he first came to New York and he had no credits in America, and all these assholes were telling him lose his accent. And I was like, I was the first person to tell him no, like, and you know, he became a series regular playing a Russian guy. That's what he does, right, in America. And he's like, and not too long ago, he said to me, Valerie, I think I figured it out. The people that work the most as an actor do one thing. And I'm like, yes, Alexander, this is true. And, you know, you want to get into the castle and then you can move around the castle. But the more niched you are, the faster you're going to get in. The more specific you are, the faster you're going to get in. No one goes to the store, you guys, and buys a can of beans without a label on it. I mean, you know, the cans that don't have the label get put in that like surprise category. You're not going to spend money on something that doesn't have a label on it because you don't know what it is. And they need to know what to do with you within 2 seconds of meeting you. And if you are a little white girl, you better be really clear about that. You better be really, really, really clear about that, right? Especially these days, you know, but don't believe that shit that says, oh, they're not casting white people. That's a bunch of bullshit. Have they watched Handmaid's Tale? I mean, like literally, like, they're casting everyone right now. But I think what happens is agents, did anyone ever play that telephone game when you were kids and you start the thing and it goes around the circle, and then by the time it gets back here, it's like someone says something totally off that was not started. This is what happens with agents doing workshops, like, you know, mixing networks in London and one-on-one in New York. And like, you know, the people that do these workshops over and over again, they start to get into this rhythm, this chant of saying the same thing over and over again, which is, well, you're not working right now if you're white. There's no auditions for you if you're white. It's like, okay, this is your poor excuse for being a bad agent, is what I want to say out loud, right? It's because they're not picking up the phone and pitching us anymore. They stopped doing that. They shot themselves in the foot. The people that pick up the phone are the people that are successful. Good work, Sophie. Thank you. Caroline.
Hello there. Hi, Valerie.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
I'm loving all the shopping analogies. They really work for me. They make total sense. I didn't actually get to speak. I was also at the London Actors Pro Expo, but I didn't get to speak to you. I did speak to Zai though, because I know her because I worked on a film with her last year. Yeah. In fact, we still haven't finished it yet. You might know about that. So she was telling me all about, you know, how well she's doing, and it all sounds amazing. My question was really about, I know obviously you talk a lot about obviously being acting being a global market, but me being a UK actor, in terms of putting together my people that I want to contact and, you know, my customers, is it best to focus initially on the UK market if I haven't got any TV credits, or is that not really an issue in terms of, like, you know, contacting people in the US?
I would say that I would start with people closest to home for you when you're learning how to work, because then you're probably going to get a response quicker. But, you know, it's really interesting. Like I have a client, I have a bunch of, you know, star clients in London, because those are a lot of people that tend to hire me. And so Angela Yo, who's in the Batman this weekend, and she's in fucking everything. She's with Identity.
I'm trading with them at the moment, actually.
Yeah. And so, and one of our coaches, do you know Jesse Holder?
I don't know, no.
One of our teachers, one of our coaches at Actors Fast Track teaches a class at Identity in London online.
Yeah, I'm doing that at the moment.
Oh yeah. So
I'm sure I'll come across.
Yeah, go check her out.
I'm sure I'll come across her eventually then, because you'll
get her next Saturday if you're coming next Saturday. So anyway,
great.
Yeah. So, you know, Identity, for instance, with Angela, Angela auditions for projects in America. She booked a big movie in America. She was here in September shooting it. In Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, and of course, England. And she's done a bunch of stuff there. And so, you know, she's got a great, Julianne Batista's great agent at Identity. And she's got a great agent that really, you know, picks up the phone, is a good agent, really getting her out there. And so, you know, I see with like people, my clients that are a higher level, of course, and they have a really good agent, like Michael Vincent Berry, who's one of our coaches. He does Actors Fast Track Junior. He's booking everything. His manager is Susan Ferris at Bohemia Group, and she's in LA, but she has a manager in London. She has a manager in Singapore. She understands. And so it's really hard right now to find these agents and managers, because the industry has changed drastically in 2 years. So most people are not responding to the changes. Most people are going about doing business like it already thing. And one thing Susan Ferris said to me was, she's like, you know, a lot of these, the way that a lot of actors are responding to it in America is they're getting an agent in every port. So they're getting an agent in New Mexico, an agent in Atlanta, an agent in Chicago, an agent in New York, an agent in, and she goes, oh my God, just go out there and get someone that understands we are now living in a different world. Because if you get an agent or a manager that understands that, like a Julianne Batista at Identity, or like a Susan Ferris at Bohemia Group, then you're going to have someone that really understands that you only need one person, because they're looking out for you globally. And that's the goal for you, Caroline. But in the meantime, what I would do is I'd be selling myself to shows that are shooting in the UK or, you know, nearby. You know, and I would probably focus on that. However, just like Zai, you know, she got connected to CAA because she befriended the author of Children of Blood and Bone.
Yes, you were telling me about that.
Right. And she has now been signed to CAA, the author, and Paramount's making it into a movie. And now I'm pretty sure that Zai will end up in that movie. So I don't think you should not go after people, but if there's a director that's, you know, American that you love, you should definitely let them know that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think you shouldn't have Americans or Canadians or Australians or Africans or whoever they are on your list, because there's people that you might be inspired by. You know, it's so much easier to write someone that you're inspired by. Like, you know, if you see a movie and you're like, oh my God, or you read a book and you're like, oh my God, that's so easy, you know, so that's a lot easier.
Actually, just following up on that about the book thing, because there is a book that I've actually just read recently, and I know that they are going to be making a series of it in the UK. Who would be the best people to reach out to in terms of, would it be the
You can
sort of people who are
find out who
producing or-
opted it, who shopped it, who bought it,
Yeah.
who's gonna make it into a series.
Mhm.
It's probably Reese Witherspoon. I'm just kidding, but like it's literally like
Oh, she's lovely. I love Reese Witherspoon.
yeah, I think she's amazing.
She does a
And,
lot
like,
of good stuff.
when
yeah.
you think that you don't have enough time to do everything you want to do, just go look at Reese Witherspoon for a
Mm,
fucking hot moment.
yeah.
And you'll like go, okay, she's amazing, by the way.
Mm,
So yeah, so find out who optioned it
yeah.
and then write the author.
Okay.
Follow the author. Authors are really easy to find on Twitter.
I've done that already. I've followed her on Twitter.
Yeah. So comment
think-
on her stuff. Like
Yeah,
okay. I'm listening to this book now called The Sum of Us, which is about what racism in America has cost everyone.
Mhm.
It's an amazing book. It's by Heather McGee. I fucking was looking for her today on Twitter. I'm like this because I'm going home from the gym. I'm listening to this book and I'm like sobbing, right? And I'm like, I need to, I mean, this isn't going to be made into a movie, but like, it made me like want to reach out to the author because it's it's profoundly affecting me. I'm in a book club and that's
Yeah.
what we're listening to right now.
Yeah.
And so, so, I think you should always, I've had a lot of luck over the years reaching out to authors
Okay, I'll try that.
because they're
Yeah.
not reached out to as much. You'd be surprised.
Actually, that's funny you should say that because I did do that for a book that I read recently. It's this guy who does a lot of work on diversity in the UK. He's linked to RADA. I think he's like on their board or something.
Uh-huh.
And he'd written a book, and I actually tweeted him, and he actually, thanked me for my comment, for saying about the book. So it's actually really, so it's probably a good point actually.
Well, and look at what happened with Zai, with that Adiemi, with her. Like, I mean, she's like got a relationship with her now. And, that's why CAA called her because because she wants her to interview her in her TED Talk. And so they wanted to check her out. And so like, and Sarah's husband has been at, we can do things like, hey, you should check out this girl because we know the digital person there. The fastest growing part of any agency is right now their digital department because they're just scooping people off of TikTok. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok, but maybe I should be.
I think I'm gonna after the whole thing that happened to me. With
I don't
Facebook
understand
Live,
it, to be honest.
everything that happened with me with Facebook Live and all of the activists have been saying for the last 2 years, get the fuck off Facebook. It's like everything that happened with me with Facebook this week. I'm like, fuck them, fuck Instagram. I'm going to TikTok. And so like, so now I'm like, I have to figure that out. But like, that's like, I've been thinking about that all week just because I hate Facebook. And like,
okay.
Scott, who works for me, his wife works for Facebook. So she's been helping me get back on the Facebook Live thing, but we'll see what happens next week. Anyway.
Okay, thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Carolyn.
Valerie. That's been really, really useful. Thank you.
Arvid, we love you. You've been so active in the Facebook challenge. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You
Face
as
to
well.
screen.
Face to screen.
Face to screen. Yeah, no, it's been great. I really enjoyed the challenges you put out. It's been really,
Good.
really useful and very kind of, you learn stuff about yourself and just really good. Really good. Now, my question was actually kind of covered by Caroline because it was the same thing about territory, where to kind of, because I realized that a lot of the names I put down were quite American based and whether it's better to sort of pitch a home first and
they've been shooting a lot of stuff though they shoot stuff everywhere and they shoot a lot of stuff in London and they cast out of, the movie that Angela did that she shot here, the reason she was cast is because she's playing a real life person and that person was British Chinese. And so she was cast, the woman said, you have to cast a British Chinese girl. Right. And so she made that. But it's unbelievable what she auditions for. So I think that people, like at least the producers, are thinking more globally Don't ask a casting director that question, because they're, or an agent, for God forbid you ask an agent that question. But the producers are definitely thinking more globally, and, they're going to go shoot wherever they can shoot. I mean, first of all, you guys have had COVID way more under control than we have. You guys all got vaccinated, Americans did not do that as much. And so, and I've been on 2 sets this week, you guys, and let me tell you something, it is hardcore. I mean, it was more about the COVID test and all the shit I had to go through and the protocols than it was about the acting, which was a little annoying. But it's about insurance. That's what it's about. So people ask me, well, do I need to get vaccinated? If you want to work as an actor in America, yeah, you do, because it's about money. And when it's about money, they ain't gonna fuck with that, because they can't get insurance. If they can't get insurance, they're not gonna do their production. And so you have to do that right now. It's just part of being an actor if you want to be. Whatever your belief is, but I'm just letting you know it's about money. And so it ain't going to change. And so that's the reason a lot of shit's been shot there. So, you guys had a lot of stuff going on there.
I know. I was lucky enough to get a couple of days on the new Spielberg Hanks World War II drama last year. And it was the same thing there. The ballet of the COVID was bigger than the actual time on set. It was like we were being driven left, right, and center, tested twice on my doorstep. People literally turning up with a mask, shoving a swab up my nose, and then bye, leaving like twice. And then you get there, and then you have to be tested again, and then you sit and have to wait for the test results. You don't get to do it. Filming is enough waiting as it is, and now you're waiting for.
That's the way it is, yeah.
But they didn't shut down. They never, they didn't have to ever shut down, because they were really regimented, and that was at the height of when it was the worst kind of.
Yeah, hopefully. There will be another pandemic. That's just a given. There will be of some sort. I just don't think that's the world we live in now. There's a shit ton of people, and it's just the way it is. It's always gonna be prevalent. But I felt that way too when I did the video game. Oh my God, I knew what I was eating. I had this COVID book. I had everything before I even got a script.
I know. Yeah, it got so much breakdown of what you were supposed to. You forgot what character you were playing. I forgot the name of what I was. Crazy.
Yeah, it was like the script was an afterthought.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and by the way, we're also shooting eventually. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
So.
Hey, well, I love having you. Are you coming to the event next week?
Yeah.
Okay, great, awesome. Good. Great. Well, we're happy to have you. And you've been a delight watching all your stuff. It's been really fun. And congratulations on getting that.
Yeah. I'm trying to kind of like sell it out now before the series come out, as well as when it comes out. Before everyone realizes I'm only on there for 3 minutes. I'm now playing the part of, whatever it is.
But that doesn't matter. It's about it's about the weight of it and getting to do that. And that's exciting. Congratulations on that credit.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really good fun.
Yay.
Great dramatic night shoot.
Good. Awesome. Wait, and do you know, not this Alistair on here, but do you know Alistair Natkeel?
No.
Oh, no. I would think like you would know him. He teaches at Mixing Networks a lot. He was the villain on In the Line of Duty last year.
I didn't see it. I haven't seen any of it.
He was a client of ours. I love Alistair. He's hilarious.
What was his name?
Alistair Natkeel, Natkiel. He's with Fiona Ketty.
Right. That's good.
That's his agent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the agent thing is a whole other thing that I need to rethink.
Isn't it? And agents in London are hilarious. I'm still like learning. Like Fiona did our event last summer. And I've worked with a couple of them now. And a few casting directors like Manuel. I became friends with Manuel Puro when like I did his challenge, and then all of my clients were doing his challenge. And so then I was like, you're making a lot of money for me, dude. So we met, and then I saw him when I was at the event. I also met Kate Bone. Kate Bone.
Right.
I met
Yeah.
her. She's like, what
Right.
do you do? And I'm like, I teach actors how to pitch themselves. You should
That's
have
my
seen
main
the
job.
look on her face.
And other than that, I test for COVID, but I also do. Yeah, my background is that the whole situation with the agent is that I came in via musical theatre because that's what I've been doing mainly up till till the pandemic hit, really. And I
Yeah.
really want to change I really want to focus on just doing this now and getting that. And so I need to rethink whether that agent is kind of the right fit. And
Yeah. Okay,
So-
cool. All right. Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm looking forward to getting to know you more, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, Val.
Yeah. Sam Green, come on down.
Hello.
Hello.
you hear me?
How are you?
Hello there. I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you very much. It was great hearing from Arvid. What you've just said about your struggles with an agent after switching over into sort of like TV and film. Because I had the exact same thing. I decided to switch over as soon as COVID came in at the worst possible time, and then just nothing really. So I think I'm also looking for reconsidering the whole agent approach. But mainly what I wanted to ask about was we've been talking a bit over the last few days about pitching yourself to a casting director or a writer or whoever, anyone tied to anything you want to be in.
Yeah.
It's something that I wish I would have even heard about before. It's something I never did because I thought it was actually a bad thing to do. Clearly not. So sort of what, in your sort of opinion, or what would you advise, like when you send these pitches off, like how would you start it? What would you include in them? Like, how would you try and grab their attention right away?
Well, we have a whole class called the Actor's Pitch. And we've done a lot of work around pitching, and at both of our next events, which by the way, I'll just give you those dates right now. It's Sunday, July 31st is the Summer Pitch Fest, where you pitch yourself to agents and managers. And we do have UK agents and managers there. And then the 3-day event, which a lot of you, the people on here, Roy attended, a lot of people, is October 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's called the Game Changer event. It will change your game. You get to pitch yourself to customers, producers, directors, writers, and casting directors. So prior to those events, we work in webinars on your pitch and developing your pitch so you're ready to go, so you don't just show up to the event like not knowing what the hell you're going to do. So I will quickly tell you what should be in a pitch. When you're pitching to a customer, producer, director, writer, or casting director, you want to include some sort of ask, even if the ask is, I just want you to know who I am because you do things that are right for me, or I want to connect to you. So always make sure you ask or tell them why you're saying this pitch. If you're going, and so there's two kinds of pitches. There's a general pitch where it's an introductory pitch, right? I'm pitching to you because you do a lot of things that I'm right for. Like, you know, I'm perfect for Bridgerton, so I'm pitching to Shonda Rhimes because I want to be on Bridgerton, right? And so that would be more of a specific pitch. So a specific pitch would be for a specific show, or even more specific if you knew a certain character that was in the script that you were pitching towards that character, right? A general pitch is just an introduction, but you always do want to have an ask, whatever it is. I'm asking to get an audition for this role. I'm asking to get an audition for this project, or I'm asking just to introduce myself to you. Then you want to have some sort of description of who you are, a brand, a portion of your brand. So they're really clear on what to do with me. I mean, like I don't know if anyone else sees this, but don't you feel like Matt Damon is on this call right now, a young Matt Damon, when you look at Sam Green, right? So everyone says I'm a young Matt Damon. So yeah, that's who I am. And that's what I'm selling. I don't know what you're selling. I haven't worked with brand with you, but like something.
I get it all the time.
I know.
It gets annoying.
So, right. So, you know, might as well claim what you get all the time, right? And so, and then if you have credits or training or auditions, or that you can talk about. That's a really good thing to talk about in your pitch, right? And again, I would reiterate the ask at the end. I would get out of a pitch in about 1 minute. Our pitches that we do at the summer games, the Summer Pitch Fest and the Game Changer in October 7th, 8th, and 9th, those pitches are 1 minute minimum. I mean, 1 minute, that's it. You can only do 1 minute, right? And because that's all they need. They make a decision about you. For you, I used to produce showcases for big acting schools, right? And I've been to all the showcases. I've been to Juilliard Showcase, NYU Showcase. I go to showcases, right? Like, you make a decision about them 5 seconds after they walk on stage. Like, you know what they do. And, you know, actors used to argue with me all the time. Well, I want to show them my versatility. No! Versatility is a bad fucking word, because when you do 2 scenes, what do you think they remember you for? The one that was the least, the worst. There's always one that's better. So make a strong statement and get the fuck out of Dodge. Like, say what you are and then get out. That's what they're going to remember. So 1 minute, you know, it doesn't need to be longer than that. And now we have some amazing pitches, by the way, that our clients have done on our Facebook page. And for you guys that are clients or new clients and you're listening to this, go on the Actors Fast Track client page, put in pitch in the search bar. You're going to see like 5,000 pitches come up, right? And so a lot of times what our clients do is they will edit in clips to demonstrate what they're trying to say, right? Here, I'm just going to show you one right now. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go get one for you so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh, what? They're going to probably lock me out of Facebook again. Oh my God. They just asked me for the six thing identification thing. Did I not tell you that? Didn't receive a code. Okay, text me. If I can, I'm going to show you. Hold on 1 second. Okay, thank you. Sorry, they're making me, they don't like me right now at Facebook. Apparently, according to Scott, when I was compromised, it was very bad. So, okay, let me get this one. All right. Okay, this is the first one that came up, but that doesn't have a con. Okay, let me show you this one. This is a good one. All right, here we go. This is Scott Cargill. He's one of our coaches at Actors Fast Track. This is his pitch video. Let's take a look at it. This is for a specific role on a show.
Hi, Sherry. I'm Scott Cargill, and I really, really want to audition for Andrew Hopper in Casper Lee's new series. Andrew Hopper is right up my alley because I play assholes. I play jerky bosses who are, you know, kind of dismissive of their employees. I recently played a cranky executive who was lost in a digital wasteland.
Ah, I found it! I'm tired of this.
I also see there's lots of physical comedy on the sides, and, you know, I do that. I've pranced around a ring with my prize-winning pizza. I've been smacked by a fish. I even did a series of 300 comedy bits like this one for a Facebook game. Now, I'm sure my agent, Courtney at Aqua, has already pitched to me. You can reach her, or you can call me at 81.
So there you go. Okay, so does that help you a little bit? And we have tons of them. This is like hilarious. Wait.
As you can see, I am a scientist.
Wait, hold on.
Hi there. I'm Brian Coffey. I understand that you're casting for the role of Kyle in the SpongeBob movie. I'd like to come in for that. Because, as you can see, I am a scientist. I'm wearing a lab coat. And also, I just discovered that if you mix baking soda and vinegar, it explodes. So if you excuse me, I gotta go clean that up.
Those are two of our coaches, Brian Coffey and Scott Cargill. So you can see that sometimes you can put clips in there that really help show bringing home, and that can be a really helpful thing. Does that help you, Sam?
Yeah, it does. I also wanted to double check as well. Would you say we should always do these videos and send that off to a casting director or a writer or anyone like that? Or because I sort of thought there was like an email you sent to them. It's like a pitch through
you
an
can do
email.
that too. I mean, you can do
Basically
that,
just do
but
both?
like you're trying to get on-camera jobs. So don't you think an on-camera pitch would be a better idea?
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's getting them to open it was the thing that I was thinking might be difficult.
Well, okay. So again, you guys, you're looking for a 10% conversion rate when you start. And why do you open an email? You open an email because of the subject line. Look at what tricks you into opening an email. So we put trackers on our emails so we know whether they're getting opened or not, right? And whether they're watching the clip or not. You can do that even in the UK, even with your tight email spam rules, which we're now engaging in America as well. And it doesn't just have to be email, you guys. You can send stuff via text. You can send stuff via social media, right? And so there's a lot of different ways to sell. It's not just about pitching, right? You can pitch on the phone. You can do a drop off. A lot of you guys have heard Chris Pan sharing the last couple of days. He's befriended everyone at Ridley Scott's office by doing drop-offs at that office and getting to know what the vodka that Ridley Scott likes. And because he's trying to get an audition for Gladiator 2, because it's up and running and ready to go. So he's been working on that for 3 years, right? And so like working on that relationship. We have a girl that has been working on getting an audition for Spider-Gwen when they make that into and she's been working on that for like 4 years. She's built a fan base with DC comic people. She's done that. So, so there's all different ways to do it. Okay, Sam?
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm almost out of time here, but I'm going to take Sadar and then I'll take Christine. I saw your hand, and then we'll call it a day. Yes, Sadar.
Hi, Valerie. My name is pronounced as cedar, as in cedar tree.
As in cedar chest.
As in cedar tree, It's been anglified because of moving around, particularly in India. Some Indian clerk spelled it like that, so I have to live with it, right? So my question is, in London, when I came down for the session, did you meet a casting agent or an agent who spoke Warren Backey of TTA agent? He was one of the speakers. Anyway, I'm hoping to be with them. I have a meeting on the 8th.
Okay, great.
And I will be mentioning that I'm doing work with you. And if
that doesn't always help.
Well, if they're able to collaborate.
Are they a casting director or are they an agent?
An agent. But because I am interested in them because they're not solely in UK.
Oh, great.
I think so. It's TTA stands for Top Talent Agent Adults. And they say proud to be personal management agent. So I am looking for someone who would think about me, pushing me that a bit forward, which you're encouraging, to do drama, because that's what I love. And my current agent, 2 years, and they've just put me mainly on commercials, and I've obeyed them for 2 years. But after coming to London, because I thought, oh, do I go there or not? Because living in Oxford, you know, the train and the cost and whatever. But I'm pleased to say that I have had no regrets coming to because of having met you and all of these lovely actors and the British actors as well. And I think I'm not alone with actors here, where we need your, that I love that energy of yours. Go and get, you know, because I've found so often in Britain, now coming back, I've lost my confidence because of doing another job, mothering and wife job, you know, and then coming back and one loses the confidence. And then you find, as you say, lovely Kate Bone, you've met her and I've done workshop with her and her and many other casting directors, they do are there, you know, I'm here. So yes, and we suddenly go into, and some of the directors are the same age as my boys, you know, and I think, oh gosh, but then it's like when you're in the States, you know, when you have to see the doctor, they make you wait half an hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, God.
Let me
you know?
explain to you what an agent is, so you understand what an agent is in your business. Because I think that it's very misunderstood about what an agent is. First of all, we put way too much on our agents. You know, our agent's job is not to negotiate with the writer to take a line out of a script. Our agent's job is not to get our marketing together. Our agent's job is not to pick our headshots. Our agent's job is not to tell us if we're a good or a bad actor. That's not an agent's job. The only job an agent has is to negotiate a good contract for you. That's it. And your job is to build relationships with your customers. So when they submit you for things, you get chosen to audition for it. That's it. So an agent is, if you have a restaurant, again, using the restaurant analogy, right? Or the store analogy, but let's use the restaurant analogy as, so your acting business is a restaurant. The agent is the dishwasher.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Right. Okay. So it's really important to hear what I say that.
Yes.
Because you do need an agent when you're busy, but a lot of you guys are getting an agent before you're ready to have an agent. And then the agent's not really interested in doing anything for you, because what are they going to do for you? If you don't have anything to sell, then they're not going to, and most of them don't think outside the box. I mean, most of them are like, we'll tell you, well, you need to have credit so I can, you know, pitch you. It's like, no, they don't need to have credit so you can pitch them. Become a better pitcher, agent, is what I would say to that agent. But most of them don't, you know, they don't even, you know, it's so funny. It's like, most of them don't even understand that their job is a salesperson. And so, you know, being a good salesperson is not easy, right? And so understanding, and so they've given up the number one aspect of sales, which is person to person, picking up the phone. And so all they've done now is they take this little thing, this little mouse here, and they point and click. And that's what they're asking you to pay them 10% to do, is to point and click. Well, shit. That's why, you know, there's a big bet going on. I've had a bet for a number of years with a major manager in Los Angeles about who's going to go first, casting directors or agents. And what I mean by go first, like go away first. I bet against the agents. He bet against the casting directors because he's a manager. Well, he's going to win that bet, because what we've seen now in the last 2 years is a shit ton is being cast without casting directors. Because now that everything's self-tape, why should I pay a casting director a lump sum of money. If I'm a producer and I'm looking at my bottom line, why should I pay a casting director a lump sum of money to cast my project when I can have Joe Schmo down here for way less money, look at a bunch of self-tapes? There's no creative effort made into the process anymore. And once that goes away, then they're not needed anymore. Their job is not necessary anymore. And if you don't believe me, Hulu just hired in-house casting directors, and so did Netflix, which means that they're going to stop using outside sources to cast things, right? They're going to make decisions based on people they know, y'all, and attaching the names to the project. So Cedar, sorry, not Cedar.
It's
Cedar,
all right.
we have a how to get, keep, or fire your agent document. I will make sure that I send that to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. And I think
Welcome.
I am moving one step further because in some ways in UK, it is maybe quite different from the States. We've got to have an agent because most of the jobs
You don't. No. No, I just told the story of Zai. You do not have to have an agent. Business is business is business. It's the same wherever you live.
Yep.
The only thing difference between you and me is you guys are fucking too polite. That's the only difference. Right? That's the only difference is that you are too polite, right? And you suffer from over politeness. Business is business. Business is the exchange of products or services for money. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. It's the same. So if a director wants you in the movie, they're going to put you in their movie. Do you think that the author of Children of Blood or Bone gives a shit whether Zai has an agent or not? No, she doesn't. If she wants to put her in her movie, she'll put her in her movie. She wrote the book. She's signed by CAA. Paramount's doing the movie. She doesn't give a rat's ass. Who has more power than the casting director of the movie? The producer of the movie, the writer of the movie.
Sure.
And they don't know how our business is run. They don't know. Right. And so this whole thing that you have to have an agent is like, that's bullshit. Now, I don't have anything against agents. I'm not saying anything against agents. It's just that this is like, you guys have been sold this. You've been sold down the river. And I'm going to get you out of that boat if it kills me. Okay. Thank you, Cedar. All right, you guys, listen, if you are not, you are welcome. If you are not signed up for next week's event, please come. One more time, it is on, I will put it on, if you don't have it, it's accelerate-live.com. It's only a $27 ticket. Join us next week for our amazing panel, our amazing teaching. We will be together for 5 hours. I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you for showing. And I'll see you Monday for the challenge. We will let you know. Matthew, I see your question. Tosh is a client. He's on the client page. Reach out to him and see if you can set up a meeting with them. He's been working on getting that movie for a while. Okay. So love you guys. Thank you for being here today. And we will send out this recording. We will post it. And I will see you on Monday for the challenge. We are going to get really specific about you going for your dream this week. So I'll see you then. Okay, guys? Bye, everyone. Thank you.